Yeah, simply ball dropping. What's up, family? K-Sap, we up! Ain't no stopping. I'm simply ball dropping like it's New Year's Eve, making you haters believe I'm the MVP. Ask Mr. V and R&B, they do all sports, whether it's on the field or the court, from the arena to the ring. What? You wanna swing? I rope a dope like the one on this boxing thing. That's a punchline. I'm the greatest of all times. Got something on your mind? Hit us up on the line for that round table talk. Ask B Hunt and Sheena and K-Sap too for their views on our dudes. Marriage Chronicles for you lovers. Oh, I'm married to the game. The championships, the only time I wanna ring. K-Sap, the man behind the mic. Check 1, 2. It ain't a rap until I say it's a rap. Just fall through, pull up the hottest pod smoking. Yeah, I got you open. This freestyle brought to you by James Ford. Paid promotion. Yeah, simply ball dropping. You know what time it is. Pull up, chop it up with your family, man. K-Sap, what up?
And now, your host of the Simply Ball Droppin' podcast, the man behind the mic, K-Sap.
This episode is sponsored by True Choice Insurance. Here at True Choice, we take a different philosophy when it comes to providing you with your insurance options. We emphasize the value of the products we offer, instead of playing on the fear of you not being protected in your time of need. True Choice is affiliated with more than 60 insurance companies. This makes us one of the most independent agencies in the state of Texas. Please visit TrueChoiceInsurance.com for all your insurance needs.
Yo, what's good? What's good? Welcome to another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping podcast. I'm the host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. Man, I appreciate everybody that's supporting me. Appreciate everybody that's subscribed. For your new subscribers, man, make sure you press the like button. Make sure you put on your post notifications. Make sure you leave a comment down in there. I respond to all comments. I see everybody's comments. I see everybody in the comment section. Hashtag salute. Appreciate everybody that's been rocking with me on this journey. Like I always say, we're not just a sports podcast. We cover topics, hot topics. We cover marriage chronicles, relationships, roundtable talk. We cover it all. We're not a one-trick pony. We do it all. So tell a friend to tell a friend. Share this podcast. I appreciate everybody in the last couple of weeks that subscribes to the channel, the people that have subscribed to the channel, all my new subscribers. I appreciate you. All my supporters, all my sponsors, we can't do this without you. So hashtag salute. And we got another banger for you today. Last night's podcast, we talked about Darvin Ham and Rob Pelinka picking up the phone, already in search for a new head coach. Darvin Ham was on the hot seat, but we got to talk about the breaking news that just went down, the blockbuster trade between the Los Angeles Lakers, the Minnesota Timberwolves, and the Utah Jazz. D'Angelo Russell is no stranger to the Los Angeles Lakers, and it looks like the Russell Westbrook era in LA is done. Russell Westbrook this year, at the start of the year, started off rough. As of last year, it started off, things didn't work between him, LeBron, and AD, more so because of the injuries. They didn't log a lot of minutes together. AD was out for a substantial amount of time. LeBron was out for a substantial amount of time, and Russ was trying to cover the load on his own. But in previous years with other teams, Russell Westbrook was the type of person that could get you a victory without having major superstars. But he failed to do that with the Lakers, and his tenure is up. Salute to Russell Westbrook for all the hard work he put in with the Lakers. But the writing was on the wall. This year, he bought into what Darvin Ham tried to, convince him to do, to come off the bench, but there were still clashes. And last night, I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I mean, there was reports out that him and Darvin Ham got into a verbal altercation in the locker room. They had to be separated, but it seems like they smoothed things over. But like I told you guys before, with Darvin Ham, his coaching style is just ridiculous, man. I mean, he has the pieces. He just don't know how to implement them guys together to get victories. And I've stated before that if you look back, it was a San Antonio game. At halftime, the Lakers was up 12. Russell Westbrook goes to one of the assistant coaches, Phil Handy, and lets him know that you guys got to be better. You guys got to figure the rotation out, and you got to figure out these minutes. And I think Russell Westbrook was getting frustrated by not being in the lineup in the fourth quarter. Sometimes he was getting substituted out for reasons we don't know. But last night, you know, he was on the floor in the fourth quarter, and, you know, they made a slight comeback and they fell short by 3 on a night that it was a historic night for LeBron James, breaking the all-time leading scoring, you know, mark set by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar almost 40 years ago. LeBron has eclipsed that now. He's the all-time leading scorer, and they didn't get the victory. And there's been clips out there with Anthony Davis not celebrating it. So the frustration is brewing in La La Land. And today, a blockbuster trade, breaking news, went down. The Los Angeles Lakers have acquired D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, and Jared Vanderbilt. Now that gives the Lakers some much needed shooting, a starting point guard, and also a defensive wing, a 3-and-D guy in Jared Vanderbilt. D'Angelo Russell is shooting a career high behind the three-point line, 39%. Malik Beasley is shooting at 35%. And Jared Vanderbilt is shooting it at 34. And also he's 6'8", and he got a 7-foot wingspan, and he can defend. But that's not the problem. The problem is Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham, with the 3 new pieces that they brought in and only shipping Russell Westbrook out, Damon Jones and Juan Toscano Anderson was not getting no playing time. They were sent to Utah as well with Russell Westbrook. Mike Conley was moved to Minnesota. He got some rapport with Rudy Gobert, but now Darvin Ham got to find minutes. And the problem is, like I stated, the problem is Pat Bev. Now, you got 3 new guys that you brought in that you got to implement in this lineup. Taking consideration that Damon Jones and Juan Toscano Anderson was not getting no playing time. But these guys, as such as D'Lo, Malik Beasley, and Jared Vanderbilt, coming from their respective teams, they was getting playing time and they was performing. Now Darvin Ham has to implement them in the lineup. It's all on Darvin Ham now. On paper, the Lakers got a lot of pieces. Now you just got to make it work. D'Angelo Russell should be the starting point guard. Dennis Schroeder should be moved to the bench, coming off the bench. But this notion of Pat Bev starting alongside D'Lo, Pat Bev is a 6'1" guard. Yes, he has defensive tenacity. He gets up on his man, but he gets cooked a lot. And there's something that Darvin Ham sees in him that he is going to be in there. Now we are 24 to 48 hours away from the trade deadline, and Patrick Beverley has to be moved. There's reports that they can package up a deal with Pat Bev, Lonnie Walker, and a first-round pick to Detroit for Bogdan Bogdanovic. That will be a great upgrade, because now bringing all these players in there, somebody's minutes are getting taken if you're still staying with Pat Bev. Now the Lakers are a big lineup now. Jared Vanderbilt is 6'8". Malik Beasley is 6'3". D'Angelo Russell is 6'2", 6'3". But he's a crafty left-handed guard that can create his own shot. He's shooting it at a high clip from 3-point range. He's a, exceptional free throw shooter. Malik Beasley is a knockdown shooter. And like I said, Jared Vanderbilt is a defender, and he's long. So just think about the matchup. If they face the New Orleans Pelicans again, Jared Vanderbilt on a person like a Brandon Ingram, that'd be a great matchup. Now, Darvin Ham has to implement these guys in the lineup the right way. Darvin Ham is the problem in LA. I don't think Russell Westbrook was the problem, because we had to, face value with Russ, that we had to accept Russ for who he was. We have to live with what Russ was going to do on that basketball court, even with the turnovers. But I don't think Russ was the problem. It was a lot of games, like I stated before, that the Lakers should have won, but they never got it done because Darvin Ham was, lineups at the end of the game was not benefiting to the Lakers' strengths. Now that you got D'Angelo Russell in there, a crafty left-handed, guard, Malik Beasley that can shoot the ball, they can spread the floor now. And the thing about it is, the crazy thing about it is, you still have Rui Hachimura. They have a big lineup. So if you think about the lineup that they can put on the floor, if you go D'Angelo Russell, Lonnie Walker, or Troy Brown at the 2, then you go LeBron at 3, Rui at 4, AD at the 5. Then you got Schroeder coming off the bench with either Lonnie Walker or Troy Brown, whoever's in the starting lineup. You still got Austin Reeves. You still got Thomas Bryant. You still got Wyndon Gabriel. Man, and you still got Jared Vanderbilt. So on paper, the Lakers have a nice crew, a nice team. But it's up to Darvin Ham, like I stated, man. Darvin Ham is the one that has to make this engine tick. And Darvin Ham is the problem. When are people going to hold Darvin Ham accountable for some of the mistakes and the lackluster coaching that he does? Darvin Ham is not a coach that knows the X and O's about head coaching. He might know X and O's is about defense, but the defense is not playing well. So now that you bring 3 new guys in, that should spice it up a little bit. That should ramp it up, and they should be able to get it out. They should be able to get after it defensively. And the thing about the Lakers, you got to get these 50-50 balls, man. They get crushed on the boards outside of Anthony Davis and LeBron rebounding the ball in spots. They get killed on the glass, man. But Darvin Ham stated at the beginning of the year, this defense has to have this one shot, one kill. Once they missed it, they got to clean up the defensive glass. But the Lakers have failed to do that. They started off the year playing high, intense defense, but the offense, the 3 ball wasn't going in, and they was losing games, but the defense was still rated, top 3 in the league. But they have fell off. Now their offense has picked up. But like Reggie Miller said, it's not about the Lakers hitting all the threes. They just got to hit the timely threes. And if they can get that figured out, they can contend. They will be a, formidable foe where they can go out there and they can play the game and they can compete. Because if you look at it, teams that are above them, they're losing games. So the Lakers are not falling that far behind. But if a couple games that the Lakers have lost, if they would have won, they'd be right up there in the log jam with 4, 5, and 6. So now it's the time. They got 24 games left. And out of these 24 games, like Dennis Schroeder said, out of these 24, they got to at least win 7 to 19 of these games, man. They have to go on a streak. They have to reel off at least 5 and 6 in a row. And that starts tomorrow night against the Milwaukee Bucks, one of the hot Eastern Conference teams, but they beat Milwaukee in Milwaukee and they playing them in LA. But it goes to show that the bench is going to be depleted. I don't know if them guys are going to be available to play that just got traded unless they get these physicals overnight or the first thing in the morning and they make them available. But now it's on Darvin Ham. We got to start holding Darvin Ham accountable for the situation. Now, the Russell Westbrook era is over. There's no more excuses. You can't blame Russ. You can't use him as an scapegoat. But the writing was on the wall. And I just think that Darvin Ham is losing that locker room. And now that they got Russell Westbrook out, things have to turn quick. And you know, LeBron always says it's going to take time because it's a new group. Well, you ain't got time no more, LeBron. Y'all got to go and put the pedal to the metal, and y'all got to get it done. On paper, they'll look like a great team, man, that can compete. I'm not going to say that this team is going to come out the West, but you can scare a lot of people, and you just take it one game at a time, and you don't know what's going to happen. But it all starts with Darvin Ham. So everybody in Laker Nation that is excited about this trade and is excited about this revamp, start holding your coach Darvin Ham accountable, because we don't hold Darvin Ham accountable for the situation that he's putting this team in down the stretch. I know Darvin Ham is not out there shooting the 3-ball. He's not out there missing layups. He's not out there getting rebounded. But when you got guys on the floor that are not able to do the things that you want them to do, it makes it hard for you to get the job done. You know what I'm saying? You can't teach the average Joes and run a play that is for the elite people when you got average Joes out there doing it. It's not going to work. So Darvin Ham, one thing that you got to understand is Pat Bev, he's got to go. A 6'1" guard. Yeah, he's tenacious. He brings a lot of different energy and swag to the Lakers defense, but he still gets cooked because he's a little guard. He's a little guard. And this notion that you sticking with Pat Bev is costing you, Darvin Ham. It's costing you. So until you rectify that, we won't know what's going on until this trade deadline is passed. But if Pat Bev is not moved and you don't bring in somebody and you sticking with Pat Bev with the new guys that you brought in, it's not going to work. Pat Bev is part of the problem, like Russ was part of the problem the first year. Pat Bev is a exceptional defender, but with this group of Lakers guys that he's playing with, his defense don't correlate and help the Lakers out because he's an offensive liability. He's an offensive liability, and this notion that Pat Bev can just come down and shoot the 3 balls when he wants, it's unacceptable. And Darvin Ham, you let him get away with it. It's just like Russ. Russ was hitting the 3-ball. Russ was making a lot of shots, but some of them was bad shots, but the 3 was going in. But you don't want Russ taking them kind of shots. Russ is a downhill type of person. So now, Darvin Ham, you got your work cut out, man. And the people in La La Land out there in Laker Land, Crypto Arena, they expect better. They expect you to start coaching now. You can't just stand on the sideline and march up and down with your hands in your pocket. You got to coach, Darvin Ham. You got to do something, because right now you're not getting it done. And everybody's looking at the Lakers and they looking at LeBron James. Oh, well, LeBron, they need to move on from LeBron. Quit with all that, man. Quit with all that. The problem is Darvin Ham is not coaching the guys that he has for the abilities that these guys are capable of showing. But you got to press the right buttons. You got to put pieces out there that go together. So if you're looking at it from afar and you're looking at it the way I'm looking at it, in depth and in detail, you got a team that can compete. Man, you got a point guard that's crafty. You got D-Lo that can do a lot of things. He's shooting the ball at a high clip from 3-point line. He's an exceptional free throw shooter. He can get his own shot. He can get to the bucket. He can pass the ball. You got a spot-up shooter in Malik Beasley. You got a defender in Jarrett Vanderbilt. You still got Lonnie Walker that's coming back from injury and has displayed great athleticism, and he's playing the best he's played in his career. Then you still got Austin Reeves that's coming back from injury that you got to get his minutes in. You still got, Dennis Schroeder, I call him the skunk. You still got to implement him in, so he should be able to control that second unit and go out there and do what he wants. But now we got to have a poised and game face AD. AD has to get back to playing before he got injured. So these guys should be excited for what they got, for the new group of guys that they brought in. And like I said, The Russell Westbrook era is done. There's no more using Russ as an excuse. It's all on Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham has to coach these guys. He has to get these guys ready each night. And one thing I want to tell you guys from last night, watching LeBron James break that record and this notion that he's not a scorer, that goes to show you LeBron can average 40 a night if he wanted to. LeBron can get a shot anytime he wants. LeBron is that type of talent, a generational talent that can score and pass. And like KD said, this notion of LeBron not being a scorer is far-fetched, because last night it showed you if LeBron wanted to, LeBron could average about 40 a night. And it's unbelievable to still be doing the things that you're doing at the age of 38. But right now, Darvin Ham, you on the clock, man. Just like I said before, Darvin Ham, you on the clock. If you don't get it done and you don't make the play in with the group of guys that you got right now, your time is up. You got to go. But last night, the altercation between Russell Westbrook and Darvin Ham, it wasn't a good look. That was writing on the wall. And I think Russell Westbrook was growing frustrated. And I think Russell wanted to get out himself, but he was being professional and he played the game at a high level like he always does. But you guys, leave a message down in the comments, man. You know, I respond to all comments, man. So like I said, I appreciate everybody that's tuned into the podcast. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And, you know, I always, you know, give it up to everybody that comments, man. I like your comments, man. I respond back. And, you know, when we do these live shows, man, we'll give you shout outs and things like that. So keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep supporting the channel. And like I said, always tell a friend to tell a friend. And this is how we can get this video popping. We can get this video in this YouTube algorithm and we can get things done. And like I said, I appreciate all your time and support. And like I always say, man, keep it coming, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And like I said, that's going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.